Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to Shokugeki no Soma episode 3. Um, this episode was very good as well, and for quite a few different reasons. So let's get into it. First thing I want to mention is Soma's speech uh, at the whole transfer thing. That was awesome. I loved it, and Erina got her praise. You guys, she's God's tongue, etc. And some guy was like, if I could date her once, I could die happy. Like, really? Fuck that. You would get slammed on that date, so. And not in the good way. Slammed in a bad way. Like, you would probably get, like, dumped within a minute. Like, the first thing you say is probably the thing that is going to make her dump you. Because that's how fucking anal she is. But then, she. It's funny because she's in the tent and she's like. She's thinking about Soma. And, she's like, glad he got expelled. I wanted to see his face again. She turns over to see his face again while he's fucking saying, I'm gonna be top. I'm gonna be number one, which is great. I loved it. And then they're in the tent, and they're just going back and forth. And this is where Soma declares that he's going to one day make something that she will have to admit is delicious, even though what she ate was, in fact, delicious to her. She could not admit it. So, what he's going to do is make something so good that she cannot use her pride as a shield and say it's disgusting. So, we actually hear Erina's grandfather, who we find out is Erina's grandfather, the person who overturned um, the the failure and passed him into Telotsuki, and it begins. So we see that we see that we get some exposition from uh, Tadakoro. I used to say Todoroko. I guess that was wrong. I'll just call her Megumi. Megumi. We see her beginning and how when she was 13 she left her countryside to become a real chef, and then she's had horrible grades up until now, and if she gets one more E, she's expelled. But she was like, I really hope I don't get paired with Soma, and she gets paired with Soma. Of course, all the situational irony oozing in this episode, and so they're paired together, which is great, and the dynamic really works, especially as we go on in the manga. You guys will see. Um, some people may not like Megumi at first, but you guys probably will because she actually does become somewhat of a good character, like pretty quickly. So I'm not going to spoil anything, but I will say that don't sleep on Megumi because she's actually not a half bad character when you get into the whole thing. But she is she's shy and stuff like that, and she's safe, and they have to braise meat, which takes forever. And they're in a pressure cooker, it seems, or something of the matter. And these people are trying to sabotage Soma because of his speech, and because of the fact that he's a commoner and a transfer student and shit like that. And so these two people specifically open up the lid and shove a shit ton of salt in the braised meat, and so now it's ruined, and Megumi thinks it's all over. But Soma pulls out a technique that he learned by experimenting, which is going along with the theme of the fact that everybody else has this top brass knowledge, but Soma has experience. And so it's all about, the high class knowledge or the experience, which is better. And in this case, the experience kind of wins out, but you still needed a lot of like the academic knowledge too, um, in order do the braised meat because if if the chef who never smiled, who is the sensei or the instructor of this particular test, if he hadn't put the recipe up on the board, Soma would have had no idea unless Megumi knew the recipe, which I think she might have, and so that would have been an interesting thing there. But um, so there's that, and he's able to pull out this technique using honey to um, tenderize the meat, where it was said that pineapple does that. Like, I know people put pineapple on ham. I fucking hate pineapple, so I hate that shit. I don't think I would like honey on meat either, so fuck that. But I mean, it worked, so good on Soma. I still want to try the potato thing. That like the first dish he made, that had that hot ass fucking older woman chick. Oh my gosh, made her go. That bacon wrapped like potato mushroom onion thing. That looks and sounds amazing. I have to try that one of these days. Anyway, on in this actual episode, we can start to see that, like, just in this one episode alone, now she trusts Soma because she really sees, like, the fact that he is actually really good. He kept his calm and things like that, and she ended up helping him in the end, which was good. Stuff like that. So, how did the episode end? Oh, well, the chef who never smiles, and he gives him an A, saying like, if I could give you a higher rating, I would, meaning that he destroyed the competition. Um, then, I mean, it ends with the Aldini brothers. I mean, it doesn't. It's not a spoiler to tell you their names. The Aldini brothers. I think it's Takumi and something. I can't remember the big brother's name. Well, the big, not necessarily the older one, the bigger guy. I don't remember his name, but I do remember Takumi saying like, if we were in there, we would have destroyed him, etc. So, oh, and for us manga readers, there was one glimpse of freaking Hayama and a glimpse of Kurokiba and Alice. I don't know if you guys caught that. I mean, non-manga readers, you probably. I mean, it's not giving away anything, obviously. I just said a bunch of names. Um, yeah, there was a glimpse of them, and I think there was a glimpse. Well, we knew about Hisako and all them, but yeah, we saw some of those guys. So people who become important later on, if you guys don't read the manga. Um, so that was the episode. It was a good episode, a very good episode. I love Shokugeki, man. I do. It might be a bit obscure. Don't forget, we can't forget about the honey calamari and the peanut butter calamari. Oh, that's too funny. The whole tentacle thing came back. I forgot about that. I don't remember if that was in the anime or in the manga or not, but it was fucking hilarious that he brought that shit back and he made Megumi eat it. She's like, forget it, I hate this guy. So yeah, this is a very good episode. So I don't. I think next week is Golden Week, so I don't know if we'll see you next time or not. But I don't know if they do anime during Golden Week. So uh, anyway, we'll see you next time.